Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Thursday, March 5th, 2020. We'd like to bring you an update pertaining to um, Angela Boswell, the grandmother of missing baby Evelyn Mae Boswell, and Mr. William McLeod. As most of you know, Angela Boswell was released from jail last week, and she appeared in court yesterday. And her next hearing was moved up to March 24th, as so Mr. McLeod. Well, I found out later that oh boy is out of jail. And let me say this, because I really didn't go into details of what was said in her hearing. You can watch the video on YouTube, and but there's a little stink going on with what was said to her. She feels that the disappearance of her grandbaby, Evelyn, is a civil matter, and that was relayed in her testimony to the court yesterday when she and the judge were exchanging verbal conversation about her getting an attorney and yah. And she basically was saying that that the issue is a civil matter, and she feels as if the theft charge of the car is trumped up. And so that's when that judge had told her, you've been watching too much TV. And at the time when I heard that comment, I didn't really dwell on it until they decided to make it into an article. And that was by the Knox News, if you need verification for that said information. But now I'm going to bring you part two of the alleged trumped up charge pertaining to these two clowns. And this is by the Bristol Herald Courier, if you need verification for the story. Update, William McLeod released from Sullivan County Jail. McLeod, 33, has been released from the Sullivan County Jail after making bond this evening. He's expected to return to court on March 24th following a hearing this morning in Bristol General Sessions Court. He was released yesterday. The next court date for missing Blountville toddler Evelyn Boswell's grandmother and the grandmother's boyfriend was set for March 24th by a Bristol General Sessions Court judge this morning. Angela Boswell, 42, and her boyfriend William McLeod, 33, both faced theft charges and were arrested last month in North Carolina when authorities say they were found with a vehicle sought in connection with the Amber Alert for Evelyn. The alert was issued February 19th after authorities were informed the same week about the 15-month-old toddler's disappearance, although the child hasn't been seen since early December. At Wednesday's hearing, Judge Klein Lauterbach asked Angela Boswell if she had yet retained a lawyer. Boswell was released from the Sullivan County Jail last Friday after making $8,000 bail, but did not have a lawyer representing her Wednesday. I can't find an attorney that will take the case, Boswell told the judge, citing a stigma that surrounds it. Neither Angela Boswell nor McLeod have been charged in Evelyn's disappearance. Boswell says she had called several lawyers and that she was having difficulty hearing back from them. Lauterbach asked when she was going to have an attorney. I'm working on that. I'm Googling trying to find lawyers, Boswell said. On the other hand, McLeod had Ricky Curtis, a court-appointed attorney, represent him at Wednesday's proceedings. McLeod has remained in the Sullivan County Jail and appeared Wednesday in his gray jail jumpsuit. He has been unable to post a $10,000 bond in his case. Curtis asked the court reduce his bond to $5,000, but Lauterbach denied the request. Boswell briefly left the courtroom after her portion of the proceedings, but came back to observe McLeod's appearance. My. Both defendants are next set to appear in court on March 24th at 9 a.m. Anyone with information about Evelyn Mae Boswell is asked to call 1-800-TBI-FINE. And that's the said information brought to you by the Bristol Herald Courier. So this article states that he has been released from jail. So I'm confused on how he got out of jail, but yet needed a court-appointed attorney. That doesn't make any sense. And who bonded him out? So now let's play eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who bonded Angela Boswell out? And she goes to court, talking about she needs to find a lawyer, yah. Nobody will call her back because of the stigma of this case and yah, surrounding her grandbaby that she is yet to give an opinion or commentary about. And she's been out of jail almost a week, and yet she has not met with the news outlets to say, this is my story, this is my version, these are my feelings pertaining to my missing grandbaby, my daughter, and the charges against me. It was also relayed to me in an article I read earlier that Hunter Wood and his mother Miss Wood, did not appear in either one's court hearing. Now, don't you find that interesting? So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Two misfits are now bonded out of jail. Neither has a job. Neither has a car. Neither has a legal address, house, cabin, barn. Stop me, I'm drowning. And the people who allegedly filed charges, one of them, Miss Wood, about a stolen car, didn't even show up to the court hearings, plural, for both suspects. Don't you find that odd? Come on with it. So what's really going on? But what did I tell you all? That all roads lead back to Megan Boswell. Every story, every version, everything. Negative, lie, lie, lie. Street words, liar. Okay? No more dictionary words, liar. Everything that the cops got, detectives, investigators, came from that heathen. And all this running around, chasing people through the woods was all because of her. She led them on this goose chase about her mother and the boyfriend. What their involvement is, I do not know. When they last saw the child, I do not know. But I know one thing. Megan Boswell is behind all this shenanigans pertaining to this child. I believe she's the culprit behind the child's disappearance. I believe she's the one, obviously, who led the authorities to her mother and boyfriend, the mother and her boyfriend, in this said BMW that happens to belong to Miss Wood, Hunter's mother. And I'm still wondering who actually owns the car. Is it him, her, what? You know, this is some, buffoonery at best on all parts of the participants. Because don't you find it interesting? You got all these different walks of life pertaining to a missing child. A mother who is lying to the authorities. She then leads them to her mother and boyfriend, who now can't give a commentary to the news, Miss Angela Boswell. And bonding out of jail ain't got a job the first and a good shoe to put on her good foot. And then walking in court with eyeglasses. Like now she's the librarian. Now the boyfriend's bonded out, but yet got a court-appointed attorney yesterday. So who bonded him out? Yeah, I'm keeping it 100. And then the people who filed the report for the car stolen, the BMW, they're nowhere in sight on court day. And yes, we have still not heard anything from the baby daddy. I'm tying it all in because sometimes I have to keep you all abreast on the situation because some of you just joining in on this buffoonery and shenanigans. This is a sad tale, a very sad tale, because in the end, Evelyn Mae Boswell had nobody. She had no one. And I think it's obvious. And for that grandmama to be walking in the court like she been watching, I'm like the judge, Law and Order, want to talk about the affidavit said this, and the affidavit said it's a civil matter. Well, boo-boo, you know all that, then you got to represent yourself then. The few days you was in jail, oh, did you get some type of, you went to the library and got you some 411 on the law of Tennessee? Represent yourself. Come on with it. See, you going in that courtroom trying to talk crazy to that judge, you seem to forget he holds the key to you walking, sleeping, eating, and being free. So walking in there like you've been to law school ain't hitting on nothing, and he wasn't trying to hear nothing you were talking about because he knows you all got something to do with that child or know of something, and he really didn't want you coming in there acting like you got it going on, because if you had it going on, you wouldn't be in court in the first place. And the last time, y'all see where I'm going. And these two throwing kissy faces and blowing kisses and I love you in the courtroom. Ciao, bye. Come on with all that. Ain't nobody impressed. Ain't nobody impressed. But this goes to show you the law is wicked as well as the criminal. Because you all so desperate for money up there in Sullivan County, you done let two buffoons go, not knowing what is and what ain't. And perhaps they did arrest them to see if they would squeal, talk, mutter, because that was mentioned. I guess by Miss Angela, she feels like, what, that they arrested her because someone sent you all up here to find us, but, So what was the arrangement with the car? I'm curious to know, because it's still funky, considering Miss Wood didn't show up to court pertaining to the charges. But so don't you find it odd? You file a report, don't show up to court about your stolen car, and you haven't heard anything from them either, speaking about the stolen car, the case itself. Let me guess what's going to happen the next time when March 24th rolls by. Are we going to then roll into court, Miss Wood, and drop the charges against Angela Boswell and William McLeod? Interesting. And what is Miss Megan doing inside Sullivan County Jail? All in the court like a little rabbit, scanning the courtroom, skinning and grinning at folks. Once again, ain't nobody impressed. That lets me know she's diabolical. All that skinning and grinning. What does it really mean? That she's an empty vessel. She doesn't have a soul. And she has no remorse. Because I believe she harmed that child. And that's my personal feeling about the said situation. Well, you got the 411. One of my commenters dropped it below saying that William McLeod got out. I didn't want to believe it. But then some said, could you be shocked? Angela Boswell got out, so why would you be shocked that he got out? But I just find it interesting that ain't nobody got a job the first. But yet they're both out walking now. So now one will wonder, will the next one get out, Miss Megan Boswell? Will y'all let that cat out the bag? Please don't. Because it'd be a shame, an utter shame, if Miss Boswell had such a nasty accident on her way out of Sullivan County Jail. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for joining me. Drop your comments below. And this is Everyday Shenanigans. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.